going to disagree with you on that. But let me say this. Let me say this, that, man, unlike a lot of the others, and I don't know, I don't want you to be misled either. So,
understand.
And I'm not saying that Tony's misleading you, because Tony does, when in her evaluations and things like that, she definitely highlights people's opportunities to do better.
Right.
And I've seen, some corrective action from her, but that's not everyone, Amanda.
Right.
And so I say that to say that a lot of them walk around and don't do anything. They don't say anything. They don't do anything.
Right.
But here again, the easy scapegoat is they're not going to do anything. And I will tell you this. I have a great relationship with Becca. I have a great relationship with Carmine. I have a great relationship with their boss, Todd Hunter, and I have been here for a lot of years.
That's encouraging.
And I have their support. Even some people that are Christina Cunningham and all those other people. The legal counsel, Erica. All of them, are very supportive, and they're supportive of you as well.
Right.
And so I say all that to say, I'm not really running into any roadblocks. What I run into is people's reluctance to bring stuff forward that should be brought forward so that I can act, because I'm not a do-nothing director. You bring it to me, I'm going to push it forward. But if you don't bring it, I can't. There's nothing for me to push forward. So if that makes any sense to you.
I listen and I think about things, and my goal is always to make things better, for everyone.
Well, and I don't blame you. I mean, honestly, I think I told you. I mean, I wouldn't trust any.
I don't.
And I don't. As far as Steve goes, I want to tell you to always speak up for yourself. And don't bite your tongue. But I know you'll whatever you say, you'll say it respectfully. But I think sometimes, and I know this for a fact with Steve, is when you come back at him, that's what he needs. So anyway, in my position, I walk a fine line. I would never come out and say, you know what, I don't want to work. I don't want to work with so and so. I would never come out and say that.
Right.
But I know who certain people are, and I know how I feel about them, and how I need to interact with them. There's a certain way, in a leadership role, you have to conduct yourself a certain way, and I try to always do that. But it's just a matter of time. It's a matter of time for some other people too. Well, but your health is very important, and I wanted to tell you that. Like I said before, got your back, and so it's just a matter of time for some people around there, and without even naming names, but it's just a matter of time. And say, Amanda, yesterday I started my 30th year.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But I have seen a lot of people walk out the door. I mean, you've been there, a very short time, and you've seen a assistant director or whatever his title was. So it's not like nothing gets done.
Yeah.
And it's not like we don't have the support.
Right.
But like I said, a lot of times what's lacking is the willingness to do anything. You know, and that's why I said, you know, I was talking about you. I mean, you are doing something. Not everyone is doing something. I mean, honestly, you know, it's, you know, they're letting the people do whatever the hell they want to do. And, you know, and they're not addressing it like they should, you know, and for why is that? I guess, you know, maybe because they like it's convenient for them to say, well, hey, they're not going to do anything, you know. So wanted to also tell you that I had a real good conversation with Mike Schultz about, so I had a real good conversation with him. I put things in from my perspective,
right.
You know, and someone in a leadership role, you know, you're auditioning, you know, basically for your next job. I mean, you know, if you have any aspirations to advance, you know, every day you show up, you're auditioning for that you know, career progression that you so desire. So, you know, you really have to, you know, you may feel comfortable or something.